Good evening, everyone. You may be familiar with the saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. But what about the life of metastatic cancer cells? Metastasis is the spread of cancer from the original location to another part of the body. Tumors at the original location and the destinations they travel to can be detected, but our understanding of the events in between is rather incomplete. What are the consequences for focusing on the destination and not the journey? It is estimated that metastasis is responsible for 90% of all cancer deaths. So, if we can better understand how these cancer cells spread, we'd be one step closer to saving a life. This is where my research comes in. I study breast cancer and the process involved in its movement to the lungs. You see, for cancer cells to spread, they must overcome a series of obstacles in their way. Now, imagine I was a hurdler. To reach the end of my race, I would need some advantages to help me jump over those hurdles. Springy legs, for example, or better shoes to give me better grip. Maybe even a ladder for the tallest hurdles. Likewise, for cancer cells to spread, they must also overcome their hurdles. They must detach from the original tumor and travel to their new location. Then they must survive in that new environment and ultimately grow there. All this requires them to have accumulated these advantages along the way. So what are these advantages? I believe it's changes in their DNA sequence, commonly referred to as mutations. Their genetic sequence is a database that provides us with the history of events along the way. I analyze this genetic sequence letter by letter, and I look for mutations that are helping these cancer cells spread. So far, I found 27 mutations that are present in all cells that have traveled to the lung. I've identified 4 genes of interest containing mutations that seem to allow these cells to grow more rapidly in the new lung environment. Understanding the journey of metastasis by cracking its genetic code? Well, that's just the beginning. My research opens the door for new treatment options that target the mutations carried by these cells so that the spread of cancer can be slowed or stopped, and more people will survive. Thank you.